In the 21 days since the last City Council meeting, the ICJ has determined that there is clear evidence of genocide being conducted by Israel against the people of Palestine.
I'm here today to address you with a heavy heart, concerned about the dire situation in the Gaza Strip in Palestine. For too long, their voices have been silenced by oppression and violence. It is our moral duty to amplify their voices and demand an end to their plight.
Here to demand that the City Council pass a ceasefire resolution to stop the genocide happening in Gaza against Palestinians by the Zionist colonial project that calls itself Israel.
Since October 7th, for 131 continuous days, the children of Gaza, the fathers of Gaza, and the mothers of Gaza continue proving to the world that Palestinians will never be defeated.
I hope to speak to your conscience today, if you have one. I'm standing in front of all of you as a war survivor. I cannot stay silent as the Palestinians go through an even more agonizing and aggressive experience, a literal genocide.
In my earliest years here, I've experienced hostility at every turn. From racist teachers and faculty who will openly denigrate me in front of my peers, fellow students and peers, to law enforcement showing up at my doorstep for speaking openly about my experiences in Palestine.
A genocide is being live streamed to our phones. People ask, how could the Holocaust happen? The Holocaust happened because of millions of individual choices.
The consequences are devastating. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza worsens due to excessive use by force by the Israeli military, resulting in countless civilian casualties, including innocent children.
Rafah is 25 square miles, and that is about the size of Ward 6 and 7 combined. Ward 6 and 7 has only about 118,000 people. Rafah has over 1.5 million displaced Palestinians. That is about 13 times the amount of people living in Ward 6 and 7.
Let me describe some images that I have personally seen in case you are oblivious to the suffering. Designated safe areas are being bombed. Civilians waving white flags are being shot and killed by snipers. Strangers helping to dig people out of the rubble. An 11-year-old girl shot by a sniper. Children's bodies shaking from trauma exposure. People trying to get aid are shot at by the occupation.
Experiencing war myself, I know to an extent what it's like to not have those resources. It's heart-wrenching and dehumanizing.
Babies left to die alone in besieged hospitals. Hospitals bombed with doctors and patients inside. Babies screaming for their dead mother. A child picking up body parts of his family member and putting them into a grocery bag. A grandfather holding his lifeless granddaughter, opening her eyes to see them for the last time. A 6-year-old trapped in her vehicle, surrounded by her dead relatives, was martyred, along with 2 paramedics trying to rescue her. A 12-year-old girl hanging by her shirt with half of her body intact. What body part would you choose to write your child's name on in case they get blown to pieces? What if it was happening to your loved ones?
Under the ICJ ruling, these are deliberate acts of genocide, and anyone who contributes to this genocide should be held equally accountable.
More than 10,000 people living in the United States recently left to join the IDF. Those people are coming back here. I need you to put forward a resolution to guarantee all of us that you will not hire any police officers that have had any association with the Israeli occupation forces.
I've seen much of what the city has to offer, whether it's its inadequate public transit, police brutality, the sexism, the homophobia, the xenophobia. That's a lot, right? I wondered how my city could harbor such traits, but I needed to look no further than when I saw Karen Go's and Andre Gonzalez's indifference towards genocide.
Vice Mayor Andre Gonzalez, when asked about a ceasefire resolution, you did what you do best and deflected, claiming that there's nothing much we can do at the City Council's office. You say you have no sway in international issues, that it's a job of Congress. But what have you yourself done? If you care for the Bakersfield community nearly as much as you claim to, what have you done, who have you spoken to, in order to try to keep our taxes that Bakersfield taxpayers pay here within Bakersfield, rather than being sent abroad to fund a war machine?
By allowing our tax dollars and resources to be used to fund this genocide, you are all complicit. By saying, I stand with Israel, like Mayor Karen Go has stated, you stand with genocide.
It will be through our gatherings, our actions, and our stories, our accounts of history, that we will charge you with genocide.
Let us make it clear to the world that we won't tolerate the continued occupation and oppression of the Palestinian people.
I am here to encourage City Council to vote for a ceasefire because my future depends on it.
Palestinians would rather die standing resolutely against the terrorist occupying diaper forces of Israel and its big sister, the US, than to give up and lose our cause.
We call on you to pass an immediate ceasefire resolution, to stand with your community, and to send a message to our state and federal governments.
The genocide against Palestinians is happening as we speak, has been happening for the past 131 days. and we no longer have time to waste.
We cannot remain silent. We must condemn the Israeli occupation and demand a ceasefire.
In my hand is a draft resolution written by concerned Bakersfield citizens that call for a ceasefire and stands with Bakersfield's Palestinian community.
Your refusal to stand for humanity and agree to a simple ceasefire resolution, one that has been handed to you, is disgusting and dishonorable, and it puts this whole council to shame.
We're here to be the voice of the Palestinian community that you have all ignored for far too long. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you can no longer ignore us.
Manpreet, your thoughts and platitudes, while we appreciate you letting us leave public comment, you literally came into this seat so you could do something.
Take it from someone who lived through war. Hearing support from around the world holds a huge significance, more than you think it does.
And as Palestinians are remembered for their resistance, courage, and bravery, you city council members who refuse to call for a ceasefire resolution will be remembered for cowards.
We, as constituents, demand that every single person on this council has their vote taken so that history is able to judge every single one of you for what you did and did not do during this Holocaust. Your kids will learn about this, and it is your decision as to whether they look at you favorably or choose to disown you from their memories.
Did you rise in power so you could sit in a comfy chair and have a monthly stipend to decorate your office and take Instagram-worthy photos? You have the power to change and influence people's mind by publicly denouncing the killing of innocent Palestinian kids and calling for an immediate ceasefire.
I have one simple request for everyone in this room. Raise your hand if you condemn the murder of Palestinian men, women, and children. Raise your hand. For those who did not raise your hand, shame on you. For those that did, it's time for you to introduce a ceasefire resolution because we are done with platitudes and empty talk.
We are asking you to introduce a ceasefire resolution. All these people are going to hell. Ginny, Christian, Eric, Ken, Bob, Karen, Andre, Bruce, Patty, they're all going to hell. You guys don't care about Palestine because you don't care about the people here. And so now we're asking Manpreet, the newest, the most progressive, the one who wants to say the most, to introduce a resolution. And everyone here
Ms.
also
Patel,
wants it.
Your time is up.
We
You
know
bring your comments. That is not appropriate.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Officers, go ahead and clear.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
We're going to take a timeout and recess.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
You are disrupting the meeting. I'm asking the officers to please clear the chambers.
Listen up! If you do not immediately leave the chambers, you will be arrested. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Please leave the
Ceasefire
chambers.
now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
You coward! Coward! City Council, you can't hide! Show your face and come outside! You're committing genocide! City Council, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! Free Palestine!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Andre, you can't hide! Show your face and come outside!
Are you going to condemn the actions of Israel? Are you going to condemn their actions or are you going to stay silent? Are you going to be a genocide denier? Are you being a genocide denier right now by staying silent?
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Hiding up their
Are you going to introduce it?
I received it from the city clerk.
Okay.
And it's my first time seeing it. I will read it.
Okay.
So she's reviewing, she's giving it to me. I asked her to bring
Can
it
we
to me.
expect an answer in 2 weeks?
Yes, please
Okay.
join us again.
Okay.
Please be here. Your
Appreciate
voice
you.
matters.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're counting on you.
Yes. Free Palestine!